drag it on, it appears in there. Maybe like pipes, you have a little circle, you attach it to there, or wherever. Maybe you could attach it to here, so it creates another level down. So that's at the page level. Are you filming?
Yeah, thought I might as well.
Yeah, thanks. What about our tabs here? I've forgotten what these are. These are. We've got terms up here. Tree view and
list view.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
I've got an old version.
List view, and this is where we were thinking trees that taxonomy
Yeah.
live. Some.
Whatever it does.
Venn diagrams.
Okay. So that's.
I have one of those in my bag too. Nice.
That's at that level. So what about if I've got kind of like 80% of my site here with this, but this doesn't quite match what I want to do. So you could click that. You get a overlay. Is this where we're going? Yeah, an overlay.
Overlay? Isn't it already an overlay?
No, I think it isn't. Well,
we
don't know what it's going to do.
Zooming.
This is why, I think it's maybe where we go zoom.
We have another level.
We zoom into the next layer, one way or another. Interaction, TBC.
Right.
Which then becomes our kind of region block editor thing. So there's our page type, regions, things populating the regions. And a palette becomes palette of
Blocks.
bits, blocks. Blocks? Bits?
Bits we've been calling them.
Things?
Like things.
There's a new one.
We've been calling them bits because they're fields and other stuff.
Technical terms. Other stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
so whatever they are. We need to think about what they are.
No, it's blocks, it's
Blocks.
Oh, hang on, yeah, at this level it is blocks.
It's a content type.
It's
so
blocks. I would assume it's blocks.
At this level it
Maybe
is
it's
blocks,
content
so yeah.
It's
No,
how
no.
you structure. That's the structure of a page, right?
Content is the template for the
So these are
right?
blocks.
I think they're
Blocks,
Blocks,
I think-
nodes.
could also be the help text maybe, or it could be the breadcrumbs,
Yeah.
Blocks is the easiest one.
Elements.
Sure.
page elements.
Page elements.
Yeah.
I can get
Page element is an excellent. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay, so drag, move them around, save it, and go back to your.
You've got another layer down to go yet, you know?
Oh, as in the blocks.
Yeah.
Because
So
like,
you've got a block on here. You can
right.
move it. You
figure the.
this is how this relates to Gabor's email last night, I think.
Yeah.
Because like the dollar content area, which is like the body of the page, is a block.
Right.
And you can then click on that, zoom into it, and start manipulating the fields that maybe live in there.
Yeah.
Right.
So another level of abstraction, another level down.
Right.
So you can
Elements.
edit the.
Element bits.
So we've got the palette of bits.
Element
No.
elements.
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 Blah, 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 yeah.
E square.
On our concept diagram, this is where we get to bits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had blocks before, and then now
Right.
bits.
Right.
Bits has always been a working title, though.
Yeah. Right. This is like a form builder type
Yep.
thing or
Yeah.
something along. Yeah.
Well, there could just be much more than that, couldn't there?
Right. Form, content type builder,
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
Are you dragging on forms or actual content?
I'm guessing it's probably both. Maybe you want a form that lives in your page, so maybe you're pulling on form elements. Or maybe this is a news page you're building, and therefore you want to
Okay.
pull on your content type of news.
Mm.
Drag that on, and then you can actually, is there another level where you can actually start to fill it out? Or do you have to go to the page then?
You can do that with the page level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then you've stopped doing structure and you're starting to create
Because
content.
setting up content types to me feels like the homework you need to have done.
Yeah. course you can, yeah.
Right.
You can't add new elements, but
Right.
here, so you can add an existing, or you can add a new.
Right. It'd
Ah.
be interesting to know what that does. Because you're already in a modal overlay, and so now you're going to click add, and you're mid-structure of assembling a site, and coming out of the context of assembling a site might
Yeah,
be pretty
right.
difficult.
So
You have
we're
one
going.
overlay and then a floating
That's it. We're going.
thingy on top of it, no?
Yeah, but so
That's essentially
Draggable
what we're doing
modal
now,
and
right?
overlay.
so can I assume that because you're debating the interaction problems of this, that conceptually you're down with the
I now get it. I did not get it as you were explaining it on the web, but I get where you're going with seeing it like this.
So that problem you're saying is basically that we're stacking up levels here. We're going levels, and then we're going sideways into creating a new
Right.
level.
Right.
Which is that. Yeah, that's a problem.
I mean, I love the idea of being able to add content types while you're doing this, because they're
Well, that's
essentially,
where you.
they're
Yeah.
essentially bits. But,
Yeah.
you know, how you do that on top of something that's already a modal overlay is the challenge. I have seen
Well-
sites that do modal on top of modal, and it's, I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of it.
I'm
but,
not a fan of it.
you know, if
I mean, maybe we'd go down the line of I don't
Sort of
know,
the breadcrumb
maybe-
stage thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of
that
thinking
kind of
too.
thing.
Don't be shy.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe that's a kind
The
of
difficulty
natural
is
issue.
that you're building structure and the stuff to structure at the same time.
No, but I think
Yeah,
that's-
but I think in
And of course,
context, that's what you
there
wanna
is
do.
a bucket of stuff you can already add,
it
but
feels
this
very
plus,
natural.
yeah,
Isn't
The
that
first time I heard about it,
you can do ad hoc. You know, oh, you know what?
Because you're building structure and content at the same
One
time.
thing that we forgot
Yeah.
to kind of mention is that I guess you would have favorites as well.
Yeah.
Perhaps. So there's a level of personalization as well, and as well as page types. This notion of a page is pretty new, I guess. But this kind of thing is great, you know, to build this. So you'd have favorites in here as well. So if you spend the time to create a new page, you
Can save it as a
you know,
template.
it's saved as a template. These could be community contributed. Potentially, in D12.
That's also where you would create a view, right?
Yeah. 'cause
Yes,
I'm just
yep.
thinking
Yeah,
too.
so you add a page, now you make it you turn it into a view
Yes.
with using the views module.
Yeah.
Right.
So pick another one of the page types there, perhaps. A more of a viewsy type page,
What
or
would be a viewsy type here? Well, this one would be, wouldn't it?
yeah,
Sure.
like, yep, potentially.
Sure.
So you'd edit that.
Actually, you could just say that it's a blank page. You know, it's a blank page that you want to create a view of.
Empty
And your
canvas.
your
Yeah, it's an
view
empty
would
canvas.
be here, and it would be all the products beneath it. So,
All the fields, all the relationships, stuff like that.
Let's say you were building a website that sells cameras.
right.
We would list all the different cameras with a picture and some stuff, right? So that would be a regular view that you somehow have to create
Right.
using the views module.
It's like, yeah, at this point you get an empty canvas and you're probably pulling up the views.
So something on a palette
module,
somewhere,
views
you're gonna have
UI.
an object on your palette that you can pull over to say I'm going to create a view, and then that's going to have a
That's still a placeholder which you will have to.
you then have to fill in all the
activate
bits
or-
to say what's your view going to be, and then
So,
ta-da, there's my view. So it's just
Because sometimes you might want to only have a placeholder. I'm going to build a view here, but let me build the structure so I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
add
yeah.
the page below.
excellent point.
It's definitely gonna be tricky adding content to
when you go
views.
deep and into this kind of flow, that's where we need these really solid.
And I wonder if
like the breadcrumb. How is this all going to stack up
Yeah,
as this
'cause
flow
you could
gets
get
more
lost
complicated?
pretty easily, I think.
Yeah, so you add this, that happens. You do something else potentially,
Right.
something else happens.
yeah.
But it's the way that this stacks up against the different levels within this
Right.
is quite.
Because when you're on an element, I think that's what or block. No. Can you go back to
On a
page?
page element.
I think I'm going to stop recording.